All right. How about Donovan Mitchell?
For Shangoon,
Cleveland would want something, but we'd figure it out. But Donovan Mitchell as a
Thompson.
Rocket.
Would you do Thompson for Mitchell? That one's tough. Oh.
How about Tari Eason and Jabari Smith for Donovan Mitchell?
Hmm. See, now that one will make me think. That one.
Donovan is 29. He'll be 30 in September.
But Donovan Mitchell's not necessarily that much of a catch and shoot. Oh, he's a much better driver. You can't leave him open. You can't over help. I think he'd be a better fit. But then,
Now, assuming they do not get past Detroit, he would not have gone past the second round in his NBA career. Be eight
yeah.
straight seasons and no conference finals trip with Donovan Mitchell on the team, on a team. So
Oh,
that might cause Cleveland to question: do we have the right pieces here in the organization to get where we want to get?
that one makes me pause a little bit more though, because I don't think Donovan Mitchell can be the best player on your team if you're going to be a championship caliber team. But if you do that and you trade Jabari and Tari Eason, then you have a starting lineup of Fred VanVleet, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Shingun. Oh, this is interesting because then they're kind of out of position.
And
Well,
then Amin
yeah,
Thompson.
yeah. Because then, but then what? Do you have Do you have Thompson playing the four, or do you have Kevin Durant playing the four?
You'd have KD at the four.
Oof. And then, you know, that one makes me pause a little bit more and make me think about it. Depending on what kind of, I mean, if it's just a straight up trade for Tyrese and Jabari Smith for
And of
Donovan
course,
Mitchell,
Tari Rockets would have to re-sign Tari to do it.
it would be a sign and trade, right? Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, that one, mm, I guess ultimately what this is my decision. Here's my thought process. Do I think that Jabari Smith and or Tari Eason will ever get to the level that Donovan Mitchell currently is at, which he's at 30. Donovan Mitchell's probably about, maybe he hasn't peaked yet, but he's certainly getting there to the prime of his career. But I still think Donovan Mitchell would be the best player out of the three. And so based on that mindset, I would do that trade. Now I think Cleveland would say hell no to that, because if they do trade Donovan Mitchell, I think they could get better players, no offense, than at least currently than Jabari Smith and Tari Eason. But that one, you know what? That one I'd pull the trigger because I think Donovan Mitchell would be the best player in the trade.
Okay, put that aside. Unrestricted free agent Quentin Grimes.
Mm, Q.
Should the Rockets try to go get him, bring him home?
I don't think the Rockets can afford him. Mm,
I mean, Q needs to, and his people need to study the landscape. Good teams. I don't think there's any. There will be. I don't think there will be any good team this summer who will pay him $20 and $25 million a year. I think a
Agreed.
bad team might have the cap space for it.
Like the Wizards.
But if the Rockets give him the exception, veteran exception of $15 million a year, do you think Quinn would say, "I like the Rockets. I think I could help them win a championship, and I'm coming home"?
I think Quentin
Or
is
he's going to hold
representing.
out for $20 and $25 million a year, if not more.
I think they'll hold out. Like at the end of the day, you gotta chase that money, man. You gotta chase that bag. But I think he'd be perfect for what the Rockets need, which is a spot up, catch and shoot. If needed, he can put the ball on the floor, and he's a hell of a defender, phenomenal defender, and he'll go and you don't have to worry about rebounding with him. He'll go and crash your glass. 'Cause the Rockets had a little bit in the playoffs, much more. I know they were the best rebounding team in the regular season. I think the
With Steven
Lakers,
Adams.
yeah, the Lakers did a much better job of exploiting them a little bit and taking advantage of them. There were some Honestly, there were times where the Lakers just seemed like they wanted it more than the Rockets during that series. Um, but I think Quentin Grimes would be a great fit for what the Rockets need, which is shooting,
Is
defense,
Quentin Grimes
three
an
point.
upgrade over Aaron Holiday?
Yes, in my opinion, by far.
So Rockets get rid of Aaron Holiday, Jay Sean Tate.
Dorian
Tell
Finney-Smith. They got to get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith.
well, I mean, who's going to take him? I mean, his contract is good. I think that he has a team option next season or non-guaranteed for the next summer. So based on this
Mm,
past season, who would want him?
jeez. Yeah, why would
But if
why
the
did they give him a 3-year deal? What was it for the
and I
mid-level
think it was a
exception?
4-year deal, honestly,
Oh my goodness.
but just 2 years guaranteed.
Mm. That I know I'm gonna sound like I'm playing armchair quarterback, but that I would never have done that deal before even the season started. I don't. I'm
Yeah, 4-year, $53 million deal for Dorian Finney-Smith.
that's a head scratcher for me. And I saw him play when he was in Dallas. I don't know. I was just never sold. To me, he was never a consistent enough 3-point shooter. At least from what I saw when he was a Maverick. Every time they played the Rockets, like if Luca kicked it out to him, go ahead. I'd rather have him shoot it than Luca, and that's the guy he brought in. Anyways, that's besides the point. But that to me, that's a head scratcher deal, even when they first announced it.
Yeah, it's a 4-year deal, but the first 2 years are guaranteed. So one more this coming season is the last guaranteed year of his contract. Okay, so should the Rockets, if I mean, I remember talking to Q last summer, and he told me, I think he told some of us gathered there inside the Guy V. Lewis Center, he wants to get paid.
Yeah, as
All
he
right,
should.
but this past season, he took the 1 year tender off for 8 point whatever $1 million. So that's what he got, 8 points. So because the good teams didn't have the money he was looking for. And he didn't want to go. And Brooklyn, I think, was the bad team that had cap space. They weren't going to give it to him. So if a similar scenario presents itself this summer, that $15 million veteran exception, maybe that's the best he can get from a good team, good slash contending team.
Yeah. I would love him with the Rockets. I think he'd be a perfect fit for what they're missing, what they need, and I think he'd be an upgrade over a majority of the role players that they have on the team.